Hello, Sagittarius, and welcome to my channel, Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, looking at your connection to the person that you are dealing with and needing to learn the most from right now. We're looking at all three sides of the connection. We've got your energy toward it, their energy toward it, and the energy in between it. The concept being that there are three sides to every story. So looking at your version of the truth, their version of the truth, and this higher level unbiased truth in the middle, really looking at what is the purpose for this connection and what is the best way to move forward in order to align further with your higher self. As always, I've gone ahead and pulled the overall energy for the reading and clarified those messages, which I'll jump into in just a second. But I do have 3 different tarot decks that we'll be using for each side of this connection that I already have shuffled, as well as this advice deck that I'll be using in the extended. Any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading with me is in the description box below. Last thing, please remember these are general readings. They are not here to resonate fully for everyone, and they won't resonate fully for everyone. So do remember to take what resonates and helps your personal situation and leave what does not. On that note, these energies can absolutely be swapped. So if you resonate more with the energy to my right than to my left, or if you are a cross watcher, then vice versa, again, that is totally fine and totally normal. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. All right, Sagittarius, on your side of this connection, you have time with the Ace of Swords. I feel like this connection has brought kind of this overall lack of clarity to your life. It's affected you in like more ways than one. And with this time in the Ace of Swords, I feel like there is divine timing very much at play when it comes to how things are working out for you. And I do feel like clarity is going to come for you because I feel like you, like I said, you've had this lack of clarity, almost like this fog is kind of what I'm picturing, like over your life, or specifically maybe just your relationships. And I feel like it's been really hard, no matter how far away you get from this connection, whether you are in this connection or this is a connection that has ended and you're kind of distanced from it. I still feel like that fog is still there, and it's making it really difficult for you to navigate maybe new relationships, or to navigate this relationship, or to navigate other aspects of your life. And so I do feel like clarity is bound to find you, but I do feel like with this time card here that you are exactly where you are supposed to be right now. Now, this person, they have karmic path with the Queen of Wands. I do see this Queen of Wands as your energy, whether you are male or female, that does not matter. We all have feminine and masculine energies within us. Now, I thought this was interesting because in the last love reading I did for Sagittarius, this karmic path card did come out. And the whole reading was really about, how they're on a karmic path and how you can't take that personally. But I'm actually feeling like that's not necessarily the main message in this reading. I feel like this karmic path means something a little bit different, because this Queen of Wands, you, with the karmic path, I feel like their energy right now as they are is a pretty karmic cycle for you. Like they're a representation of a karmic cycle that you're stuck in. So I don't necessarily know exactly what that means yet. We'll see when we dive into tarot. But in between this connection, you have jealousy with the Three of Swords. When I see this jealousy card, I don't necessarily always see it as like an immature jealousy. It can definitely look like maybe someone else is moving on with their life and you're watching them, not be as affected by things as you are. And that can make you really angry because you can feel like, well, why am I so affected by this still? And why does this person get to be okay? Or how come this person gets to hurt me and then move on with their life like nothing happened? Because I do feel like this Three of Swords here, the jealousy stems from the pain that you've experienced in this connection. Now, I'm not sure exactly how that ties both energies together yet, but I do see that that there is this level of feeling like things have been very unfair, which I'm not saying they haven't been. I feel like that's what is coming through. Okay. Let us look, Sagittarius, at your side of this connection. All right. This is Sagittarius' side of the connection to the person they are dealing with and needing to learn the most from right now. This is Sagittarius' side of this connection, clarifying time with the Ace of Swords. Sagittarius' side of this connection, clarifying time with the Ace of Swords. One more. Sagittarius' side of this connection, clarifying time with the Ace of Swords. This is Sagittarius' side of this connection, please. See, yeah, okay. You have the Knight of Cups, the Five of Cups in reverse, and the Four of Pentacles in reverse with the Two of Cups in reverse. So I do feel a separation between these two energies. And you've been stuck in this incredibly emotional energy when it comes to this connection. And with the Five of Cups in reverse, it's not that you're not working through it, because I do think that you are, but then you have this Four of Pentacles in reverse, which is like you're kind of stuck in this feeling of just instability. Like maybe you got the rug ripped out from underneath you, or you kind of got blindsided by the way that things happened, or the way that this connection kind of ended up in separation. It really affected you in your material world as well, because that's what I kind of felt with that overall energy. Was this connection isn't just affecting, it's not just between you and this connection, like it's affecting you in a lot of other areas of your life too. And I feel like it's been really hard for you to find clarity and peace, and almost like, yeah, like peace in the way that things happened, or because of the pain that you're experiencing. So I do feel like it's been a pretty bumpy road for you here, Sagittarius. Sagittarius' side of the connection to the person they are dealing with. Sagittarius' side of the connection to the person they are dealing with. One more. Sagittarius' side of the connection. So Sagittarius' side of this connection, please. Yeah, so the reason that things have been, or that you're still stuck, is because there is still a cycle that needs to complete. You have the World in reverse, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Three of Cups in reverse. I feel like because of how things went down in this connection, it's caused you to kind of withdraw a little bit, maybe from your community, or like one of those energies of like feeling kind of alone, even in a crowded room. Like it's really deeply affected you and impacted you. I feel like you're still giving energy to this connection in some way, Sagittarius. I don't know if you fully realize that though. And I feel like that's keeping you from being able to fully complete the cycle, because with the Eight of Cups in reverse is kind of an energy of maybe feeling a little bit hopeless, or a little hesitant when it comes from to fully leaving this connection behind. Not even necessarily because you want it back. You could, but not even necessarily because of that, but because it's almost like you haven't been able to make peace with what happened enough to move forward. So it could be that you're wanting it back, but it's also like you just feel like there's unfinished business here. Like maybe you feel like you're owed an apology, or you feel like you're owed like an acknowledgement from this person or something, and that's keeping you very, very stuck here. Let me get more. Ooh. For Sagittarius' side of this connection to the person they are dealing with. This is Sagittarius' side of this connection to the person they are dealing with. This is for Sagittarius' side of the connection. Two of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Fool in reverse, and the Sun. And there's that Ace of Swords. It just kind of feels like you want a new beginning in some way, shape, or form. Like I don't even necessarily mean for all of you in this reading that means you want a new beginning with this person. I just feel like you really want a new beginning. You want things to be either like they were before this connection happened, or you want things to go back to like a sense of normalcy for you, or something along those lines, because I do feel like you could be dealing with an earth sign. So Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, you absolutely do not have to be. But I do see this King of Pentacles here. Now, that King of Pentacles to me can also read like circumstances, like material circumstances. And so it kind of feels like you're wanting this Ace of Swords, this clarity to come along, almost to like find your happiness again. Because I do feel like you're trying to rebalance your priorities. You're trying to put yourself first. I do feel that. But I feel like it almost feels like it feels impossible for you to like let this be, or accept it for what it was for some reason, which I feel like that reason will come through. So let's get more. Because again, you have this jealousy energy toward this person, right? Like maybe you feel like they're not deserving of the ability to move on, or I don't know, something like that. Sagittarius' side of the connection to the person they're dealing with. This is Sagittarius' side of the connection to the person they're dealing with. This is for Sagittarius' energy. Two of Swords in reverse on the back of the deck, which to me is kind of like this stagnancy in this connection. Here's the thing. You're wanting things to be, you're wanting to move forward from this in some way, shape, or form. Like I feel like you're tired of feeling how you do right now. You're tired of this sadness. You're tired of being emotional. But you also don't feel deserving of feeling any better than you do right now. Sometimes we'll keep ourselves stuck in cycles with people that don't serve us because we think that that's all we deserve. And so we're used to the disappointment, we're used to the sadness, we're used to being let down, we're used to feeling that pain because that's what we've experienced for so long that has become almost like a habit for you in a way. Like it's what you've experienced for so long that you're so used to it that the thought of like leaving this connection behind for good, or like closing the door, open your heart up to something new, or whatever the case is so much more scary than staying in the cycle that you are with this person. Which is making it hard for you to stand up for yourself, set boundaries, like I said, like kind of walk away, choose yourself, whatever might be the best thing for you. And it's not necessarily that, like, for a lot of you out there, I don't get the vibe that it's not that you don't want to. It could be that you don't want to, that you want to have another chance with this person or something like that. But for a lot of you, I feel like there's just a part of you that wants to heal, but you're not sure how. Like you're not sure how to fully heal and move forward from this. But then like at the same time, it's almost like you're having such a hard time seeing your worth, because I feel like it's not that you don't know that you don't consciously know that you're worthy yet. It's like you don't believe it. You don't believe that you're fully deserving of anything better than what you've experienced in this connection. And there might be a part of you that's maybe even blaming yourself, saying like, oh, it's my fault the connection happened this way, or, and that's not for all of you either. But I feel like there's a part of you that's having a hard time believing that you are more deserving of breaking the cycle than you, and so that's keeping you repeating it. Because this person makes you feel wildly unlovable. And maybe it's because they never showed you the love that you showed them, or they never showed you the love that you were hoping they would. And I just feel like it has less to do with you and more to do with them. But there's a part of you, I feel like, that's waiting for this person, even if it's like on a subconscious level, like waiting for this person to come back and realize that they messed up with you, like see your value, apologize, acknowledge the ways that they've hurt you. And the more that doesn't happen, the more just disappointed you get and the more unlovable you feel. But oftentimes we'll look for the people who make us feel the most unlovable to be the source of us wanting to feel lovable. And so you might be looking for the love that you deserve just a little bit in the wrong place. It's not that you're not deserving of the love that you want. And maybe you saw a lot of potential in this person and you thought that you could have what it is that you were wanting with them. But I feel ultimately that it's like, that I haven't looked at it yet, but with this kind of being a karmic cycle for you in some way, it's almost like you're looking for love from someone who is unable to provide it for you. Maybe because they don't love themselves, they don't know how to give and receive love in a healthy way. Like, again, it's not that, and you might say, well, how are they providing it to someone else? They probably aren't, right? They probably are they're going to find another person who's going to accept bare minimum treatment. And until that person doesn't accept bare minimum treatment anymore, and then they're going to find the next person that's going to accept their bare minimum treatment. It's a cycle for them too. All right, Sagittarius' side of this connection. Sagittarius' side of the connection. Sagittarius, I feel like you're so patient and understanding and empathetic. And I feel like you've been nothing but that for this person. Patient, understanding, and empathetic. The Temperance with the Judgment in reverse. Which has caused you, the Judgment in reverse here, to put on these rose-colored glasses when it comes to this person. I feel like you see the best in them, or you look back on the relationship that you two did have and you look at it through the lens of rose-colored glasses, and you are only really seeing the good. You're seeing the times that they did make you feel lovable and the times that they did make you feel like you were deserving. But then it's almost like you're not really fully saying the times where they didn't. And quite possibly the times that they didn't make you feel lovable and made you actually feel more unlovable outweigh the times where they did make you feel lovable. Now, those times where they did make you feel good about yourself and you felt like you were in a relationship with someone you should be in, and they made you feel really, secure in those moments, I feel like you're holding on to those and not necessarily letting yourself see all of the ways that they didn't make you feel lovable. We have a tendency to do that, especially if you're a very empathetic person and you're very understanding, which is kind of what this is saying. I feel like, it's really easy to understand why someone struggles to meet us on an emotional level. It's really easy to understand why someone is the way that they are. And so we'll start to almost look past the way that they are, their true colors, if you will, because we do see that potential in them, because we do understand why they're hurting and why they're, kind of putting that hurt on other people. But then you have to remember that on the flip side, you are just as deserving of the love that you're trying to give this person, right? And so if you're not feeling loved, then it's because you're giving love to someone who isn't capable of reciprocating it. Or if this is something that happened in the past. Hope this is making sense for someone out there, because I keep seeing this King of Pentacles pop up. This is for Sagittarius' side of the connection. This feels a little bit more specific than a lot of my readings do. This is for Sagittarius' side of the connection to the person they are dealing with. Seven of Cups in reverse. Page of Pentacles, Eight of Swords. I feel like it upsets you that this person can affect you as much as they do, Sagittarius, because maybe you're one of those people that's like never really been affected by relationships to this extent, or maybe you feel like, oh, this connection, I'm so far removed from this connection, I should be over it by now, or whatever the case is. Don't do that to yourself. You feel the way you feel for a reason, right? But I feel like slowly but surely, because the Seven of Cups in reverse to me is like, in this specific message, like clarity after overwhelm. And then you have this Ace of Swords, right? So I feel like slowly but surely you're moving through some pretty intense, pretty painful energy that's, I feel like, not just regarding this connection, but also a lot of the feelings that this connection is bringing up, like past feelings of being unlovable, past feelings of feeling betrayed or not good enough, or whatever the case might be, are being brought up in this connection. So you're not just dealing with the feelings that this connection you have toward this connection, but you're also having to work through a lot of the feelings that this connection has brought up, which I do feel like a big purpose of this connection was to bring up a lot of that stuff anyway. So I do feel like slowly but surely you're working through a lot of this, and there will be clarity. It's almost like you feel like you're going to feel like this forever. You're never going to be okay again, or unless this person decides to, wake up and, see your value or fix themselves, like you're never going to be happy or you're never going to be loved. And that couldn't be farther from the truth. You have the power to give yourself everything you want and need, and you don't need anybody to do that for you. And if you're looking for someone to, a relationship that's a perfect match for you, that still can very well be out there for you, even if it doesn't come in the form of this person. And so there's just this need to understand that first and foremost with this time, like divine timing is heavily at play here, and you are exactly where you are supposed to be for a reason. And so if you're feeling hurt and overwhelmed and like you're never going to get past this, you will. I promise you, you will. Every single situation in our life is temporary. Every feeling, every emotion is temporary. You will be able to move past this and move on to things that are better for you. But it's about how you work through it that's going to determine what that other side looks like. If you ignore it and just try to, push forward without dealing with any of the emotion or any of like trying to understand any of the lessons, you're most likely going to repeat a lot of these patterns in future relationships. But if you take a second to really work through the way that this has affected you and what lessons are there for you, well, then the other side could look pretty freaking cool. There's just a need to understand that you are exactly where you're supposed to be with this connection, and that things are going to get better. They are. They always, always do. It's like the sun always shines, right? The sun always rises again. All right, let's look at this person's energy toward you, Sagittarius, karmic path with the Queen of Wands. This person's energy toward Sagittarius, please. All right, this is this person's energy toward Sagittarius. Six of Pentacles in reverse, Hierophant in reverse. Hangman, Knight of Cups, King of Pentacles. And please, you don't have to be dealing with an earth sign. But I do say that King of Pentacles popping up a lot. Okay. This person hasn't learned what they need to from this connection. And I feel like they're taking a lot of the patterns that you recognized from them in this connection, and they're repeating it in a lot of other connections in their life, especially like with the Six of Pentacles in reverse, because I don't feel like they reciprocated you in the way that you were deserving of. I don't feel like they gave you what you gave them. I'm talking about this connection in past tense, but this could very well be a connection that you're in right now. They need a little bit of a perspective shift here, because I do feel like their perspective on this connection is like maybe a little bit rooted in victim mentality. Not taking accountability for the way that they contributed to this as well. And maybe that's what frustrates you the most a little bit, is you don't understand how this person can just like hurt you or affect you the way that they did and then just like get on with their life, right? And I can understand that. I can. This person's energy towards Sagittarius, please. This person's energy toward Sagittarius, please. Temperance. Queen of Cups in reverse, Five of Pentacles. This temperance feels like it's actually alluding to your temperance. I don't think you fully realize, Sagittarius, how triggering this connection actually really is for this person. They do feel a sense of loss when it comes to this, but at the same time, I feel like they've got quite a bit of pride associated with it. This Queen of Cups in reverse kind of speaks to the fact that they're really letting their emotions control them, dictate their movements, choices, and decisions. They're really allowing themselves to react to their reality instead of respond. So my guess is that they ran from this connection, or this connection pushed them to be vulnerable and that freaked them out. So they, pushed it away. it's not that they didn't care, because they have this Five of Pentacles. I do feel like they did care about this connection. I feel like they don't have the capacity to care and to love to the extent that you are deserving. We have to remember that when someone doesn't show up for us in the way that we are deserving, most of the time, it's not because they're actively choosing not to show up for us. It's because they don't have the capacity to do so. They are not capable of it. So then we can start to take that personally and be like, well, why did this person hurt me? Why did they, they didn't choose me? They didn't love me, when in reality it's they don't know how. They don't know how to build that kind of emotional connection that you were ultimately looking for here. And so I do feel like with this Five of Pentacles, this person does feel a loss here, but I feel like at the same time, it's like you're waiting on them to kind of get their act together, and they're kind of just, they're not, I mean, I don't think this person's taking much accountability. They could be. I feel like they're kind of being a little bit ran by pride right now, more so than anything. All right, this person's energy towards Sagittarius, which we've all done at some point, right? Doesn't make it a bad person. It makes them hurt, and they're doing whatever they can to protect themselves, which unfortunately can often mean hurting others. Wow, Death with the Ten of Swords. I actually feel like they're hurting in this connection too. You don't see that, again, because of pride. But with the Death and the Ten of Swords, the ending that took place in this connection is hurting them too. It's affecting them too. But yeah, with the Chariot and the Three of Wands in reverse, it's like they're trying to move forward, almost like pretending that it doesn't affect them. Their pride. It's their pride. But it does. It definitely does affect them, based on what that's saying. This person's energy towards Sagittarius. This person's energy towards Sagittarius, please. Yeah, that's what I felt. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. They're doing whatever they can to distract themselves from the way that this connection has made them feel. Eight of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles in reverse, and the High Priestess in reverse. And these are kind of just like backup energies. Like they have this disappointment, Eight of Cups, maybe they walked away. They maybe have regret here. I feel like they do. I feel like this person knows that the way they treated you wasn't okay, but I feel like they are too prideful to admit it. I really do. Because this Eight of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, it's like they're doing whatever they can to distract themselves or to overindulge in things that aren't necessarily good for them, or overindulge in distractions or whatever the case is, so that they don't have to face the truth and the reality of what really went down here. Because they're, with the High Priestess in reverse, they're not listening to themselves or their intuition. So most of this pain that I feel like they're experiencing in this connection, they're doing whatever they can to push it down, because, and that's what I kind of said, like I actually feel like this person is triggered by this connection too. The difference is that they're not handling it. They're not dealing with it. They're not trying to heal from it. They're trying to do whatever they can to not have to feel it. And that, I mean, that's not fair to you. It's not fair to wait around for someone to decide to do their own healing, right? Because who knows, it might not ever happen even in this lifetime. person's energy towards Sagittarius, please. Person's energy towards Sagittarius, please. Oh my goodness. Nine of Swords, Two of Wands in reverse, King of Cups in reverse. Saw that King of Swords and King of Cups in reverse. They were pretty, I mean, that's like emotional manipulation, maybe even leaning toward abuse. The way that they acted in this connection was purely a defense mechanism. Because this connection actually brought out their own insecurities, fear of vulnerability, fear of commitment. And the only way that they knew how to handle that was to control it. And did that through like the manipulation tactics that I feel like they had in this. So again, I feel like this person is trying to do whatever they can to not have to face the way that they actually handled this connection, the way that they actually treated you. And that, Sagittarius, is not them recognizing, I mean, look at this energy. Them recognizing what they did, it's not going to help you. It's not going to help you move forward. It's not going to help you. Them apologizing isn't going to help you heal. Because what you're saying is you need this person's acknowledgement of the way that they hurt you in order to heal. But say they come to you tomorrow and say, you know, Sagittarius, I really hurt you. You're going to go, yeah, you did. And I've been dealing with it. And it's not going to make you feel any better knowing that your pain is validated, right? You should know that you were hurt. You were hurt by this person. You were hurt by this connection. You don't have to validate. You don't need this person to validate the fact that they hurt you. You know they hurt you. You've been dealing with it every freaking day of your life. This person is not in a good place in their own journey right now, and it might look like it on paper. They could be, because again, they're trying to do whatever they can to distract themselves. Maybe that does mean moving on. Maybe that does mean pushing through the way that they actually feel and like trying to look on the outside as if everything is okay. That's why I feel like you have this jealousy towards them. And so you're like, how are they so okay? They're not okay. I mean, you have this Five of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, Nine of Swords. Like they're going through it right now. Now, whether or not they're actually dealing with that on a conscious level, that's none of your business really, right? Because it's like, I don't want to be involved in that, right? I don't mean like none of your business, like it's none of your business. I just mean like, who cares? Because they've got their own path that they need to deal with, and you love them and you care about them, right? And I get that. But the more that you try to get involved in their healing journey, the more they are going to drag you right back in to their karmic cycles. Because when people are trying to do whatever they can to distract themselves from their own healing, that means people too. They will try to pull people into their drama and hurt other people so that they are placing their hurt on somebody else so that they don't have to handle it. You don't want to be involved with this person right now, Sagittarius. I promise you. And I'm not trying to be mean towards this person, especially if you feel like this is your energy and you're watching this reading and saying this is you. What I'm saying is that this person needs to heal. And you cannot make somebody heal. You cannot love someone into loving themselves. You can create a healthy space for someone to do the healing if they're open to it, but it doesn't look like this person is open to actually doing the healing. This person's energy towards Sagittarius. Trust me, I've been this person before. I've tried to distract myself from my own, not just pain, but like consequences of my own actions. Gosh. Three of Swords. Strength in reverse, Chariot in reverse, Fool in reverse. So a lot of major arcanas there. King of Cups in reverse. And here's the Empress. This is you. They're trying to create a new beginning without closing out the past cycles. They're going to continue to try to run from themselves, really. And they're going to continue to experience this energy until they do something about it. And they're only going to do something about it when they need to do something about it, not when you do, when you need them to. So that's why you cannot take on the responsibility of this person's healing, because they are not in a space right now where they are open to doing the work. I feel like they are doing whatever they can to distract themselves from doing the work. That will catch up with them, because it always does. But that could be in 10, 20, 30 years or lifetimes, right? Like, you don't know when this person is going to have to face themselves. And I feel like there's a part of you that's like waiting for them to get it together and waiting for them to finally show up as the person you know they can be, or wanting them to, or feeling like if they could, that, you know, you would feel so much better. But the thing is that it's not going to help you, because these two energies would repeat cycles together until this person healed. And you don't need this person to heal in order for you to be happy. That is for damn sure. So it's like they're gonna continue to try to create a new beginning for themselves. But have you ever heard like you can't outrun yourself? Like, oftentimes people will think like, you know, moving across the country, or you know, changing their lives in a material sense, like changing jobs or changing relationships, but not actually doing the healing. People will think that that will fix them, but their problems and the same cycles will always catch up to them, because they haven't gotten to the root of the problem. You know, the root of the problem comes from within. And so if this person isn't doing the inner work, which it doesn't look like they are, they're going to continue to repeat these cycles in other situations. And Sagittarius, that's not something you want to be involved in. You should focus on your own healing, because I do feel like when you're dealing with someone whose energy is as kind of like chaotic as this, there's going to be a lot that you have to heal from in regard to that. So I understand that you have love and empathy for this person. You're a very loving and empathetic person, but you cannot take on the burden of their healing. And you cannot continue to feel as if them seeing you as lovable is going to make you feel lovable. This person doesn't see themselves as lovable. They don't see themselves as worthy of doing the work and doing the healing. So of course they're not going to see the connection to you as worthy of doing the work and doing the healing. And that is not personal. That has absolutely nothing to do with you, and everything to do with this person's unique individual path and where they are at on it right now. You have the ability to be happy and to have the relationships that you deserve and desire, regardless of whether or not this person heals. I promise you. And it might not seem like it, but you do. All right, Sagittarius, I'm going to hop on over to the extended. You have jealousy with the Three of Swords. I'm going to pull 9 different messages, then I have an advice card to pull at the end. Thank you so much, Sagittarius, as always, for your support of my channel. I do hope that this reading helped and resonated with you in a way that you were needing today. And as always, Sagittarius, I wish you nothing but love and healing on your journey moving forward. All right, bye, Sagittarius.